An 11-year-old boy is under arrest, accused of a violent month-long crime spree involving car burglaries and shootings in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The boy's crimes allegedly starting on May 5th. That's when a car was reported stolen. That was followed by rocks being thrown at several different homes with a group called the Kia Boys. That group is notorious nationwide for targeting Kia and Hyundai cars because they're easier to steal. These groups take the stolen cars for joyrides before ultimately dumping them. Now, this is the latest in a string of youth violence after a group of 4 boys crashed a stolen car into a gas station, with surveillance video catching them stealing cigarettes and causing more than $15,000 in damage. So I would like to welcome in Dr. Scott Decker, the Chief Scientist at the Center for Justice Research and Innovation. Dr. Decker, thank you so much for your time. You know, it's always disturbing to see this type of surveillance video. It's even more disturbing, I think, for a lot of people when we know that these are young people involved. Are we seeing more young people involved in criminal acts, or does it just seem like it because we talk about it in the media?
A good question and very well put. One of the challenges is when we see someone as young as 11 who, when they're caught and brought to trial, no court will hold them criminally responsible or liable. It really challenges our view of what a criminal is like, what a gang member is like, and raises some important questions for society in responding to these sorts of events. Ironically, these exceptional events that really stand out and make everyone concerned, as they ought to, occurs at a time when youth violence and the data on the last quarter of 2023 and the first quarter of 2024 has recently come out. And for the most part, in most cities and overall, youth violence has declined over the course of the last 6 to 12 months.
Okay. So, I mean, that could be, you know, seen potentially as some good news there, in spite of, you know, we see this type of video. Dr. Decker, why are young people being recruited? Why are young people specifically being used in committing these types of crimes? Because I can't imagine that they are the masterminds.
No, and the culpability lies with the adults who encourage and organize youth who would engage in these sorts of offenses and are more easily sworn by an adult who will get the kids to do the dirty work while they sit out in the car in the parking lot. But there's a lot of copycat that goes on. And, you know, my colleagues and I who comment on these issues and observe them have some feeling that we may in some way be contributing to the spread of these. This happened to take place in New Mexico, but now with your station and me to comment on it, the impact would spread well beyond just New Mexico. And that's in part because there's a set of imitative behaviors that take place. And many of the kids are not capable of making the kinds of decisions that would be rational and lead to these offenses. It's important to note there's an advertising media role, but there's also a role and related in technology. We're seeing a real growth in what are known as ghost guns that have a piece manufactured by a 3D printer, thus making them untraceable and not allowed for prosecution.
Right.
And those ghost guns are spreading most rapidly among the youngest sectors.
And we certainly, we've done segments on ghost guns and the prevalence. Dr. Decker, my last question for you. What does adequate punishment even look like when we are talking about defendants who are this young? I mean, you know, and there's feelings very strongly on both sides of, you know, more punishment versus less punishment.
Certainly, there's a difficult culpability issue to make for a prosecutor, and rare is the case that an offender's under 12 years of age and brought to the juvenile court, much less adult court. On the other hand, these are troubled youth who engage in these sorts of behaviors, and they need close supervision. They need intervention, lest we see them on the adult side of the ledger 4, 5, 6 years down the road.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.